there's this doctor in me.
Yes.
Nimepata A-,
yes.
but English nimegonga chini. English I got a B-, ndio niliperform vibaya kabisa.
Yes.
Now the cluster to pursue medical course, English ikakuwa ni pull down. So I didn't qualify to pursue medicine. So now the other person, me, doctor, ameenda. So there's a businessman.
Yes, and
so
the track.
And the track. So what do I do to become a business person? I had an uncle who was working in treasury. I consulted him and he told me, you can become an economist.
Now that time everybody want you.
Yeah.
That time even those who are rejecting you, there is no one who doesn't want this success.
Actually, when I went back to school, now even some family members started now reaching out, even helping me. I remember my uncle coming to see me with a wall clock and some books and pens and neighbors. One of those mamas who could not respond to my greetings, we met one day going. I was going home from school in the evening, and kiatu ilimkuwa imetokana, so I was holding my shoe because sole imetokana, so I'm just walking with one shoe. And she looked at me, and at night she came with a shoe.
Wow, a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Wow.
But now not an ordinary shoe. It's inaitwa wedge, ile ya mama wedge.
Yes.
Wedge kuna vile inakaa hivi, but ilikuwa ilini fit. So I survived with that wedge. Yeah. So I joined Moi University to pursue economics. Now, while in campus, still the doctor in me is disturbing me. So we started the economics class. At some point, I realized this thing, it will not lead me into becoming a business person. This is microeconomics, macroeconomics. There's a course called mathematics for economists. It's about budgeting, planning. I realized,
it's not leading you to.
Kabisa, but there's nothing I can do. I have to just flow with it. I started looking for other opportunities that will make me still pursue the line of medicine. So I joined St. John Ambulance as a volunteer in campus. I joined Red Cross as a volunteer.
Wow.
I started even volunteering in the university hospital.
Yes.
Yeah. So over the weekend,
the sanitarium. They were called the sanitarium or something like that.
Kabisa, and they really liked me. And so because of my commitment, I became the leader of St. John Ambulance Club there and training coordinator of the Red Cross Club there. And other clubs like guidance and counseling. I was also an official. In CU, I was in ushering, one of the officials. I was in media again. And I really served God in the community out there. And so in the process, I was able to pursue some short courses through these organizations like first aid, incident command systems, fire safety, and interacting with people in the field. So by the time I'm graduating, clearing my university education, undergraduate, I have my economics degree, but a lot of short courses on medical files. And because of the activities I was doing, Red Cross had spotted me from their head office in Nairobi. They were aware of the great work I was doing in the Uasin Gishu County, even in the hospitals around. St. John Ambulance had also recognized. At some point, I became. I read a team that won the national first aid competition.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And also I mobilized in one of the hospitals in Eldoret. I was able to negotiate to be having the students to come and volunteer there, and they will be given a letter, a recommendation letter, which now later after school you can show I was also serving in this hospital.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, by the grace of God.
Hey man, that's a story.
Yeah.
Obvious today, as we said, that every experience counts. At the Builders Table, we're saying that every experience counts. As we listen to Steve Mbugua, you've heard his story. Somebody starting from a street boy, and here he is going back to school from 98 and going back to school in 2003. And here at the end of the day, he scored a A-. Man, that should be such a story that you need to hear. As we dive, let's sit on, hold tight, and let's hear the story about how has his transformation journey of being an entrepreneur, how has it been? So Mbugua, now you're here, you've graduated, Red Cross has spotted you, St. John's Ambulance have spotted you. So take us next step. Now you're here.
Take some step back.
Okay.
In campus, because of what I went through back at home, I was seizing any opportunity to make an extra coin. So I would help, we would cook some githeri and sell, sometimes buy eggs and sell to other students, sell scratch cards. And there was also a gentleman who was selling the printing papers. He was buying them from Nairobi and was selling to Nakuru, so distributing in Nakuru. I talked to him and told him, you can be buying some, send them to Eldoret. I can also be selling from that end.
Wow.
And so I started selling some printing papers and make like 50 shillings or 70 shillings per ream. And through this, my elder brother, who is late now, had a desire to become a journalist, but he was back at home. He became a drunkard because of stress of what was happening. But I decided I have to help him. So from my proceeds of what I was doing in campus,
the printing papers,
and also as the in charge of St. John Ambulance Club, I'm a member of Red Cross, I'm an official, and other organizations, I started organizing events like tree planting, cleaning of the centers around, and other events. I would charge students, let's say 300 shillings, or let's say 200 shillings, mobilized for tree planting activities, get some seedlings, and now I'll give them certificate. Certificate was about 50 shillings, and buy some snacks and juice. So I would save like 100 shillings from every student.
Wow.
Yeah, sometimes we would have activities, team building activities. Now with connection, I made some connections, and I was able to get some trainers from Nairobi, Nakuru, Eldoret, who would come. We organize a course like first aid, fire safety, health and safety, charge every student 500 shillings, and from every student I'll get 100 shillings. So through this, I was able to educate my brother. So I took him to college, and he started pursuing his career. He started at certificate level, but in journalism. Yeah, then after certificate, when he enrolled in diploma, he disappeared because he was deep into drugs, and later on we lost him.
But either you did your work.
I did my work.
Yes.
Now, then when after campus, I started looking for job opportunities, and it was not easy. More so as an economist, it was really difficult. And what I did, I started from what I know. That is, I have skills in first aid. I've been working with St. John and Red Cross. I can become a volunteer. So I started volunteering in Nakuru town. I would volunteer in hospitals, in the streets. I would visit Red Cross offices and St. John just to volunteer. And for about 3 months, I was like every day I am somewhere helping in church. Sometimes even naenda polisi na kwa chief. Is there something you would like me to do for you? Officer, these guys who deal with trees, forestry. Yeah. Or any office around. You regularly visit them to ask them for any opportunity to help. Yeah, without even asking for anything, just to help. So I became a very serious, like a professional volunteer. Yeah. And then somewhere, a friend called me and he told me, we were together in campus. Remember, I pursued economics. For him, he had pursued community development and CPA, and also he did first aid and other things. So he told me, he called and told me, St. John Ambulance has advertised for an opportunity for trainers, and I'm very sure you can. That is your job.
That's your job.
Now I told him, now Niko Mashamba, I don't have even transport to go to town or to go to a cyber to apply. Actually, now for us, the nearest cyber was in Nakuru town. Nakuru ni mashamba uko ndani. So I needed fare and money to go apply.
To go and do the application.
The guy sent me 200 shillings.
Wow.
He's looking for a job.
But now he thought he can help you.
He was very sure our qualification for him, he was even better placed than me. So I went. I didn't even look for the qualifications. I just applied for a job. Only later on, when I was called for an interview, I realized they wanted somebody who had pursued medicine, public health, occupational health and safety, or disaster management, masters with 3 years experience.
So and none of that you have.
Kabisa. But they called me for an interview. They wanted to see who is this daring. But now I had applied, I had attached all the many certificates, volunteering, tree planting, so you what first aid.
All those things.
Yeah.
Every experience counts.
Yeah. So I'm there with a lot of documents. So I attended. Now, it was my first time to go to Nairobi. That's 2012. So, Nifika Nairobi, interview was to be at 9:30. I got lost for about 2 hours. Najipata University Way, Mbugua, wapi. So they called me. I told them I'm lost. So they gave me time. Actually, I arrived there around 11. So they pushed my interview to around 5 in the evening.
Yes.
So during my interview, they were like, ile tu kucheza na we, like, why did you apply the job? You know, you have hata graduate. But I told them, but this is my job. I know I am what you are looking for. Yeah.
Wow. That confidence.
That confidence. And I kept my degree aside and started using the certificate. Now, on my records, on the records you have, you can see I did 1, 2, 3. And I will take them through the challenge, including even being an usher in church. You can imagine being one of the officials in church in the university. We had first service, 1,800 students, second service, 2,000 students, all over. I'm one of the main, I'm the one who was coordinating them, coordinating the ushers, and like proving to them, if I did that, I can use the skills and knowledge
that you learned to perform here.
Yeah. So I was shortlisted for the second interview.
Wow.
And in the second interview, I was very sure, according to what they were saying, this is the guy. This is the guy.
Yes.
I remember the national staff officer saying, you see this young man, this guy will be a manager here one day. Wow. And so I was hired as a trainer, but now it was not easy. I had to again pull up my socks. I worked, but I committed myself. I only work for 3 years or train 10,000 people, whatever will come first.
Whatever that will come earlier.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, I started working there. Within 3 years, I had received 5 promotions.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. From trainer to training and development officer to assistant training manager to national staff officer to acting national staff officer to the training manager, coordinating all trainings in the country, with 72 staff under me and 2 secretaries.
Wow. What the gentleman said that you'll be a manager there?
Yes, actually that gentleman, the national staff officer, when he left, I became the acting national staff officer. He left it to me.
Wow.
Yeah, that is coordinating all the 25,000 brigade members, volunteers in the country. So I was the one who was coordinating all that by the grace of God.
That was within the span of 3 years?
Within the span of 3 years. But now the time came. 3 years is here. I have trained more than 10,000 people.
So there are the 2 reasons why you should leave.
Yeah.
Both of them are there.
Yes. And I decided to resign. But I had a plan of what I would do with my life. Now, being the training manager, and the organization trains like 78% of all the government offices, the parastatals and all that. So I knew the who is who. Mention any parastatal, any company in the country, I knew the person in charge of training there.
Wow.
So when it comes to training, it was just contacting them. I think you're due for refreshers, you know, including even the police at Kiganjo, because St. John used to train them. Now, because actually I had pulled down contacts, I had 5,000 contacts. Yeah, so I knew all these emails, all these numbers. Now,
you have the database.
I have the database. I'll just be calling these guys.
Yes.
So I'll just start a training company. So I resigned. They tried to really, I gave a 2-month notice. But they really pushed me, requested me not to go. They doubled my salary, but I chose, it was my time. I told them I have to leave. So I left. Yeah.
Great. As you get into your now, of course, the work experience, the entrepreneurship space.
Yeah.
What would you want to tell this person that is watching us and that is listening to this show? That out of all this experience, in a statement,
Yes.
You rising up in job and getting promotions within a span of 3 years, that you're able to rise up that fast. What do you want to tell them in their work experience? That what level of commitment should they put themselves in this work?
Thank you, thank you. Now, whatever you find to do, whether you are a volunteer, you are a student, you are an intern, or whatever you're doing wherever you are, including even in serving God, you have to do it with all diligence. One, you never know who is watching. And number two, it's most of the time is the preparation ground for the next. The skills, the knowledge, the exposure you get, it prepares you for the next. Nothing is a waste. In this world, no opportunity, no experience, it's a waste. It prepares you for the next. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, Steve. Now, this is Steve now as a businessman.
Yeah.
Let's get into that. And yeah, so you're here, you've left the employment.
Yeah.
And are you in the job market, in the employment, in the entrepreneurship space now? Yes.
Now, thank you. When I was in campus, I had a desire that one day I'll start a company that does training, also dealing with the drugs, majorly dealing with what I knew and had gone through. I had gone through drugs and substance abuse and overcame it. So I wanted an organization that will help me use the experience to transform people.
Wow.
Again,
the way you got transformed yourself.
Yeah, the way I got transformed. And number two, my experience in first aid and safety. So this company would be dealing with that. Now, these 3 years in employment are over, I decided now to register that company. Already I had gotten the name while in campus.
But you're not registered.
I had not registered, but I knew I would call it Makinika Africa International. Makinika Africa, Makinikeni, be informed. It's about knowledge, empowering you with knowledge. Then Africa, it was beyond Kenya. Dealing with the continent. And then it's thinking international, Makinika Africa International. And so when I left the organization, and I had some saving that would take me for about 4 months, reality hit me. Now you're there at home, your savings, umetumia savings,
you're almost running out.
Yeah, and now you started calling the guys. Hello, how are you? This is Steve. They know you. Vipi kubwa. How are you? So you started the story. You know, I left St. John, and I'm now doing trainings on my own. Actually, I can do this and this. Okay, I'll call you.
It's finished.
Yeah, and then actually, even those people who used to call me to consult on different matters and to invite me in their companies to do this, to even have this, they stopped.
Story changed.
Yeah, all those contacts became useless. Yeah. And now I'm there with my wife, and we had a young one. Life became so hard. The saving gone. Yeah. Wow. So it is the point where we are not able to feed the family.
Oh man.
Yeah. You wake up, go to most of the companies that I would access. Some of the big companies, Dilaru, Bidco, Brookside, you know, remember this Steve, how are you doing? Oh no, they were just like, okay, so we'll talk. Just send me an email, story inaishia. We do a lot of follow-ups, no one cared. And so I decided now life is so hard, we have to go back to Shags. So I requested my wife, we are going back, because I knew in Nakuru, one, I'll not pay rent. I'll be at my father's house. We'll be eating there. We have a farm there. I'll put some poultry, some chicken. And because the schools there knew about me, I'll go to teach actually I knew I'll go back to my former school and become a teacher there.
Wow.
So all I need is just a bicycle and then
you get
start
to
like
school.
yeah. But my wife told me no, we are not going. So I pushed. At some point I decided, okay, nymbaki hapa. So I went to Nakuru for 2 weeks. I was there. I have not paid that house for about 2 months. The caretaker is there knocking, amekata maji, everything. It was bad. There was no food. At some point I realized now it's now becoming even hard for my wife and baby there.
Yes.
I desired my father gave me fare and some maize and beans. I went back. And so I decided from what I knew, I have some first aid skills. I can do something with these skills. So I started, we were then living at Githurai 45. So we started, I started moving around, you know, training people, volunteering to train people on first aid. And up on stage, naambia with a friend, namwambia lala chini. So naanza kushout. We call it, you see the way street evangelists do. They preach. They don't care whether someone is listening
or not.
Yeah. So it became a street first aid
trainer.
So ushaona mtu amefaint. So like kama unaweza fanyaje? Then I will show you them how to help people. And they will give some coins. Yeah. So sometimes you find me in Roiro, Kencom, Nairobi. Now you can imagine the person who was a training manager.
The manager.
Yeah.
The country manager.
Yeah, I put the crown aside. Yeah. So that's where I started. Sometimes I would go to the neighboring churches and request them after church or before they can give me 5 minutes. I talk to people about first aid and safety. And I started organizing community training where people give 100, 200. So that's how I started surviving, picking up myself. But there were some few people who knew me, like, you see, like the police. They really liked me and how I used to train them. So the GSU wing regularly would call me to go and motivate them on first aid. And when I went there, they would give me 1,000 shillings, which would be like once in a month or after 2 months, 1,000 shillings. Now, and a carton, there's a carton the military are given, shopping. Iko na unga, a lot of shopping. So they would give me 1 carton and 1,000 shillings. That carton would take us for months.
Wow.
So
at least you get the shopping.
I get the shopping and 1,000.
And the fare.
Yeah. And they would call me a lot of times. Na nikienda pale najituma kabisa. Yeah. And then again, I started now looking at the social media. That time now people are now into, you know, Twitter, Facebook, and so that's the time now I got serious into Facebook, and I started writing. Every day I would write like 3 articles on first aid and safety. I also opened a LinkedIn account and I would write a lot on first aid and safety. And that is where now people started spotting me. And people would invite me to their church to speak. Na wananipatia 1,000, 2,000 in their school, 1,000, 2,000. So I started now narrowing down to specific areas like Chama. So writing about Chama and how I can train Chamas on first aid. So that now when these ladies come together, they can be taught on first aid for children and infant and home safety. So when they organize their Chama meeting, wananiita, wananipatia 1,000 or so. So it happened like almost every Sunday or Saturday there's a Chama calling me. I started organizing trainings for house girls, nannies, where a community like Hawashukari, we organize, wakuje kanisa fulani. So people would send nannies with 500 shillings. Wanakuja the whole Saturday, I'm there, I would train them on first aid, home safety, nutrition and hygiene, financial literacy. You know, I would combine a lot of things within that one. That house girl akienda nyumbani
is a full pack.
Even a bit of customer care.
Yes, wow.
500 shillings. So I started from there. And then
that is still under Makinika now.
Yeah, under Makinika, but I have not yet registered it. I don't have money to register the company. And that time, registering a company was a process, not like today. You just go to eCitizen and you start your registration there. Now, something great happened one day. a lady called me and he told me, I've seen your post on LinkedIn. You are a trainer, first a trainer. Yes, I am. Now, I want you to send me a quotation and for 25 people, blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. But there, I think because LinkedIn is showing me at some point, is showing them I was working with St. John. So, and she thought I still work with St. John. So I referred her to St. John and I took the contacts, sent them to St. John. After 2 days, she called me. I got the quotation. I thought I'm dealing with you, not St. John. Wow. But I told them that's an organization. They are the one who does the training. You're not a trainer. I am a trainer. I want you to train my team.
Oh my God.
Then she used a bad word. She was a bit arrogant. Kwani St. John ni ya nyanya yako? I was like, no. But I know I honor the organization. The organization has nurtured me. Kaniambia, but now work on yourself. Work on your brand. You no longer work with them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even if you send me to them, they will not pay you.
Yes.
Yeah. So you are the one I want. So do a quotation. Wow. So that's why now very fast I started now working on registering.
That became like the turning point.
Yeah. So I sent the quotation. She told me, okay, when are you available for training? I want you next week on Monday and Tuesday. You come train first aid day 1 and fire safety day 2. So I went to Karen only to realize it was a security company. And I was training security guards. And the training was 25,000 for the 2 days. And the training cost was about 7,000 or 8,000 shillings because I had to hire some few training items. So the others,
it was a profit for you.
It's profit.
Yes.
Na nilikuwa nalipa rent ya the 7,500. Yeah. And then after the training, ikakuwa you'll be training us every month. You'll have a training here.
Wow. 25,000 every month, you're sure.
Yes. Now the lady mwenye ameniita huko ikakuwa na yeye ameresign. So actually up to today I've never met her.
Oh.
Yeah. I tried to reach out to her.
You've never?
I've never.
That's an angel.
Yeah. So she introduces me to a company which gave me training opportunity for about 13 months. Every month I have 1 training or 2 trainings.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was able now to survive and pick myself up.
Wow. Hey, great.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. But now you've registered the company.
Yeah. So I registered Makinek Africa and I started doing trainings around. But in the process, when I was with Kenya Red Cross and later St. John Ambulance, there is a gap I had seen in the market, getting safety equipment. There was no any specific place you would go and get any PPE or safety equipment that you need all together in one company or in one shop. So I had a dream of starting a safety equipment company. That's when I started Nairobi Safety Shop.
Nairobi Safety Shop.
Yeah, Nairobi Safety Shop. And in 2016, now this 10 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Now I started it as a Facebook page. Yeah, Facebook page. I would download items and post them there. Some of them even I don't know mtu akiticha ndatoa wapi. Sometimes, and because I even didn't know the source. Back then we had Tuskys and Nakumat. I would go there naangalia anything safety, napiga picha, naangalia bei, naeka Facebook, alafu naeka markup yangu. And there I started the company. When I started the Facebook page, I think after 3 months, I started now getting orders because I was very active posting. I started getting orders. Actually, my first order was a very big hotel in Upper Hill to do signage, the exit, fire assembly, and all that. But when I quoted and I went in the process, come do site visit, brings, do you change this, I made a big loss. Yeah. Then I got the second order was a big company in the industrial area that deals with containers. And also they give me orders. Again, I don't have capital, but I had a laptop. So I went to Fundis, were overalls. I give them the laptop. Wanitengeneza overalls. Once I'm paid, wanipatia laptop yangu. And that's how I started.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, great. Thank you so much, Steve. That is very encouraging.
Thank you so much.
And quite insightful. So the 2 businesses are still running?
Yeah, the 2 businesses are running. Right now, for Nairobi Safety Shop, we have grown. I've employed more than 10 staff.
Wow.
Those who are work directly, and then there are the indirect ones, like delivery team, and you know, those who do the sewing, you know, making of the overalls and other garments, and others. So it's a big team. We have we are doing well. We have traded not only in Kenya, we have supplied items in South Africa, Rwanda, Burundi, Congo, South Sudan, Somalia.
The Africa mindset,
yes,
has come to pass.
Has come to pass.
Wow.
By the grace of God.
Wow, we thank God. We thank God.
Yes.
So if somebody and the Makinika?
Yes, for the Makinika Africa, we do trainings. Over time, we have been offering a number of trainings like first aid, fire safety, occupational health and safety. And because there is a lot of companies doing that, we have now changed the model from now training for compliance, because most of the people in the country train for compliance. Rarely will you find just an organization organizing just to have the skills. So Makinika now is focusing on the communities, on schools, churches, organized communities. We have a lot of trainings taking place in Kibera, Mathare, Kariobangi, and all that. And we have trained more than 100,000 people by the grace of God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great. So for the viewer that is watching and that would want to partner with your business,
yes,
would you want to tell them where you can be found?
Yes.
Maybe share your contacts or for the organization and people. How is it that they can reach out to you, to your business?
Okay, thank you very much. Now, for training, Makinika Africa International, we train and we can train anywhere in the country and even within the continent. You can find us via www.makinikaafrica.org. It's Africa K, not C. www.makinikaafrica.org. We train on first aid, fire, health and safety, and all the related trainings on disaster management and safety. For Nairobi Safety Shop, you can find us via www.nairobisafetyshop.org. We are situated in Nairobi, Mfangano Street, Mfangano Trade Center, behind Afya Center, first floor. We also have a branch in Roiro Kamakis, Eastern Bypass, opposite Green Spot Towers.
Great.
Yeah.
Now, maybe as we bring this to a close, besides profit,
yes,
every entrepreneur is intention is to make profit in their business. What is this other thing that you're doing to impact the community?
Okay. Thank you. Now, starting with the Makinika Africa, where we do trainings, most of the trainings we are doing, because they are skill-based, we don't do it for profit. We do it to empower. For example, when we go to Kibera and Kariobangi and Mathare, we don't charge them.
You do it like a CSR?
We do it as a CSR.
Wow.
And if there is, when we choose to charge, it's just to
something so small
to facilitate the training. And there are people who feel when they are charged something, they take it more serious, or also because you want to give them certificate. So we have been training a lot of people on home safety, road safety, drugs and substance abuse, and all that for free. And we have seen a lot of transformation. We have seen people who, after the training, they have now taken up the career. I've seen a lot of people who have become paramedics and emergency medical technicians, even firefighters operating fire engines, who started from just first aiders in some of our trainings. And I've been able to mentor a lot of such. Now, for the safety equipment, Nairobi Safety Shop, when we launched it, or when I launched it, I decided it would be a kingdom business, majorly as to support kingdom advancement agenda. And because there's revival in Kenya, and this revival needs to be supported. How do we get resources to go support the kingdom of God out there? Yes, God has gold, silver, He has money, but hawezi tu angusha tu pesa, chukua hii pesa and uhubiri. It will come through people. So I decided me as Steve and my company, Nairobi Safety Shop, will be a faithful conduit. So in our resources, like one of our branch, the Eastern Bypass branch, was created purely for support of the kingdom. We don't get even a profit, a shilling there. All all the resources that will come from the sales out there. We support most of the major revival meetings you see in the country, like Rema Fest, you see missions in Nyayo Garden, Nyayo Stadium, and that place. You all see those big crusades. Nairobi Safety Shop in one way or another gives back there with a budget of annual budget 2 to 3 million, supporting the revival activities.
Wow.
Yeah.
All this work that you've done for safety, Steve.
Yes.
Have you documented anything? Are there any books that people can read?
Yes.
Or is there anything that is related that you've in that line that you've done?
Thank you. Now, in my journey, I have been documenting every step. Now, from the street life to the transformation, I started working on some motivational and encouragement books. And so my first book that I did in from 2011 is called Behind the Scene.
Oh, you've authored some books?
Yeah, I've authored 14 books. 14 books? Yeah, 14 books by the grace of God. So my first book is Behind the Scene, which I did in 2011. Wow. So this has my journey of transformation. It's a very good book for anyone who is trying to find himself, trying to find his purpose, and asking yourself a lot of questions. Why me? Why now? Why am I in this? Why did God allow this to happen? It's because you are work in progress. Behind the scene, God is working on your case, on your journey. It's the journey of becoming. Then I wrote Overcoming All Odds. Overcoming all odds. There are a lot of things by the grace of God I've been able to overcome. I agree. Like I was born a stammerer. All through in primary school, I was stammering seriously, and I was able to overcome it.
Oh my God.
Overcoming stammering, overcoming drugs and substance abuse, rejection, and all those things that I've managed to overcome.
Overcoming all odds.
Yeah. Then that book was Dare Not Quit. Dare Not Quit. In the process of trying a lot of things, I don't think there is anything I've tried and I quitted. Even going to school, it was a risk.
Yeah, true.
And I decided that I decided I will not quit. In the university, even getting school fees, I had to work extra hard. I decided I will never quit. Dare not quit.
Dare not quit.
Yeah. Then in ministry, when because of I'm an introvert. I really don't talk a lot. So even serving God, I was trying to wonder, how do I serve God? I wanted to serve God. And so where I found a space is ushering. So I've been an usher all through. And in that, I was able to compile the skill, the knowledge, the experience, and I wrote a book on ushering. Actually, this is the revised copy. I did the first one in 2018. Now this is the revised copy.
The Art of Effective Church Ushering.
Yeah, the Art of Effective Church Ushering. Also, in ushering, I also started serving in protocol. So I wrote a book on church protocol and etiquette. As an usher and a protocol officer, you might find yourself in security. So I've written a book on church safety and security. Also controlling traffic. I've written a book on church traffic controller and marshals. Yeah.
So this is part of safety now.
It's church of safety. Yeah. Now, in a church, because of this revival, you'll see, churches, becoming full. You'll see a lot of people having a desire for God. You'll see big tabernacles being built. Now, you can imagine a church with 5,000 vehicles. If controlling 100 vehicles is a problem, what about 5,000 vehicles? That's why I wrote this book.
Church traffic marshal.
Yeah, then there's church sanctuary keepers. There's church armor bearers for church aids. Kuna watu wanaita mabonsas, wale wanabebea pastor Bible and all that. The armor bearers. There's ministry of helps, which now covers all the church workers. And also there are other books. Now, in my line of safety, because as I told you, my mission is helping build a culture of safety. And because later on I now got fully into safety now, and I pursued international training on safety. I'm a NEBOSH certified. I'm NEBOSH certified, meaning I can operate in anywhere in the world. I did my training from UK, And now I did this book, Building a Culture of Safety, which is now also being used in some institutions in the country.
Wow.
All these books are available online. Actually, most of them I sell online via www.stevembugua.org, www.ambstevembugua.org.
Awesome.
Yeah.
When do you write? Just to ask as we bring this to a close. I know our time is gone.
I'm passionate. Again, as an introvert,
yes.
most of the time you express yourself
by writing.
By writing.
By writing.
Yeah.
Every experience counts.
Every experience counts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the journey of becoming, and don't take anything for granted. Anything God allows in your life, He allowed it because of something great out there. Just the same way He allowed the lions, the bears to come when David was in the wilderness. He was preparing him to be a king, and he prepared him in the wilderness, so that through handling the experience, the bears and the lions, he had the audacity to face Goliath, who now introduced him, and later he became the king. So all this experience, you fail, you lose these things doesn't happen the way you expected. All those failures is part of the preparation that you need to become and to be there, to be that great person you've been desiring to become.
Your story is such inspirational, Steve, and very encouraging to hear.
Thank you, sir.
And we have very many young people in this nation, either in schools, even in the street out there actually, that had a dream. But probably their dream was shattered either by rejection, like yours was almost being shattered, or what. What is it that you'll be doing for the community to help people harness their dream and run with it? Is there anything that currently that you're running, either like a mentorship program or something like that, either in our schools or even for the community, for the street people out there?
Thank you, sir. Now, with all this experience and what I've seen with the few people who I've worked with, I've mentored, I decided to start an organization called Africa Youth Rescue Initiative. Africa Youth Rescue Initiative, where I reach out to the young people and work with them. And with this, I've been able to reach out to thousands and thousands of young people. Actually, by end of 2025, I had been to 115 schools.
Wow.
115 schools. Being invited to mentor, to motivate, to talk to the young people. I've been to many churches to speak to young people in youth conferences, youth camps and all that. And majorly now, the one-on-one sessions which I do every week, I meet with a minimum of 3 young people where I give them 4 hours. To just sit with you and walk with you. And I've been walking with them step by step. Some of them, by the grace of God, I've been able to identify the potential and support them to do something, to launch into something. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if people want to reach out for the same, it's through the same website and emails that you've shared?
Yeah, through the website. I can also share my number, but please WhatsApp. Sometimes calls may not be very effective. Just WhatsApp me and we can always interact. 0724 036 078. 0724 036 078. Also in all social media platforms, LinkedIn, X, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere. AMB Steve Mbugua. That's Ambassador AMB Steve Mbugua. And I will always respond to you and we can interact.
Great. Thank you so much, Steve. That is very inspirational. Thank you very much for creating time to come to share with us at the Builders Table.
Thank you, sir.
We've had our guest today. Awesome story. Oh, man. This is a beautiful story to listen to. And we are so grateful because of that transformation journey that Ambassador Steve Mbugua has been through. Somebody who was rejected, somebody who was vowed not to come out to be anything. Today is an ambassador of both safety, of both passing information on safety issues, and is here impacting others. All this is coming to you at the Builders Table. This man has built his business. He has built his career, and you can too build yours. This has been brought your way by Coach Godfrey Mwenda at the Builders Table, and we're so grateful that you've been watching, and this has been sponsored by Pace More Mentors and Prema Grow Vegetable Seedlings Nursery. Thank you very much for being our guest today and for watching. See you next time. Stay tuned and keep watching. Bye-bye.